218 was last night. And that was crazy, man. I mean, from the Yancy Medeiros Caldwell Oliveira fight, which was madness on the prelims, all the way to Max versus Jose, which was really good. But the fight I want to talk about is
Cejudo
uh,
Pettis.
no
That's good.
Cejudo versus Pettis. Look, what's crazy is that for me that's not all bad. Like you guys
No,
might be like, oh, that was so
no, it
terrible.
wasn't bad. It was
It
just it was
sucked.
just the fights it was sandwiched between made it like impossible for them to. That's where they gotta wake up and they gotta get online and be like, oh, let me see what everyone says about my fight, and then they probably are like, did I even fight last night? Because
No, you don't hear about it.
yeah,
People are talking too much about Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje.
yeah, yeah. That
I
was
thought I thought Alvarez was. I wasn't sure if Alvarez could actually turn back the clock like he did last weekend. I did not think he could turn the clock back like that
yeah. He
because after what Connor did to him, man, that shit was bad. Like every time Connor hit him, it looked like maybe his chin was gone. But he took some shots last night.
I think with him, it's like it looked like his leg was gone. It looked like his chin was gone. It looked like some of his teeth were gone. But it doesn't matter. Like he just fucking keeps going. And also, the longer the fight goes, the longer his arms get. Like he would like, he would like uncoil his arms for these uppercuts, and it was like, dude, like his arms were. It was weird because I don't know how do you pronounce Gaethje? Is it Gaethje?
Gaethje,
Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje.
He like has
Yeah,
these tight little punches, right, where it's almost like his triceps are touching his chest when he throws them, and then
he throws nice. He throws nice and tight.
you
He
got
does throw
Alvarez
nice
who
and
just
tight.
like literally like it was crazy like how far away he could throw an uppercut from.
It's because he was putting everything on those uppercuts. He
Yeah,
was trying to get him out of there. He was,
I thought
and it,
his leg though. I mean, in the beginning you're like, oh, dude, his leg is because I had never seen Gaethje fight. I just heard he was like the master of violence and he came out. I had him confused. I don't know who I had him confused with, but I thought he was someone different. I thought he was like stockier, and I thought he was predominantly a wrestler. And then he came in, and I was like, wait, this
no,
guy's not what I had in mind. He's not all ripped. And then he just went. He started out so fast with those kicks and punches, and I'm like, this guy's awesome.
he's nasty, dude, and he is a wrestler, right? That's the crazy thing is like Justin Gaethje did something that most guys can't do. Right? He went and he made All American at the University of Northern Colorado, which is not a traditionally.
It's the meat slaughter capital of. It's in Greeley.
But it's not like they don't know. It's not known for wrestling.
No.
And he became an NCAA All American out of that university. So that shows you what type of athlete and what type of commitment he makes to being successful. But when he started fighting, he just kind of said to hell with it. He wasn't going to fight like a traditional wrestler, and he developed a style that's fun to watch, but also uh, it's also very. If you're one of his coaches or friends, it's concerning if you ask me because he takes so much damage every time he fights.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was reading something about how
every time.
they were telling him like he leads with his forehead, so he takes a lot of punishment on his forehead. And I thought he was gonna say it was like one of those headlines you click on, like he explains why he leads with his forehead or takes hits on his forehead. I thought he was gonna say like, oh, it's the strongest part of my head, and like it doesn't affect your brain or something. But instead, he just said, yeah, no, I think when I take a really good shot, it means I'm about to give another really good shot. It was like,
No, he
no,
takes one to give one. Like
yeah.
he takes one to give one.
But no, he was they were both those guys were. I mean, Alvarez's leg, it literally was like there was a couple times where you kind of like looking through your fingers because you're like, dude, he's gonna get kicked one time and his leg's just gonna bend 90 degrees sideways, and then
Well,
both of them after a while, I was watching it with Millar, and he's
mhm.
like, I can't watch this because it just felt like any second either one of them was just gonna get their head knocked off, like it was. And then yeah. Then we were sitting there thinking about like how long is it gonna take to recover from this shit? This is crazy.
Oh,
But
it'll take him a little bit. Now, think about this is though, um, Justin was kicking Eddie like I mean he was kicking him so much, and it looked like towards the end of the fight, it was really starting to pay dividends because I thought Eddie was up 2 rounds to 0 when they went to round three, but I was like, man, Justin may stop him with leg kicks because he's done that on a number of occasions already. But
There was a time when, so in the beginning, it looked like Eddie's leg was, you know, went from it was hurting, it was like bending weird every time it got kicked, and then there was a point in the second round where it almost looked like he just kind of stamped his foot on the ground and said, "All right, it fucking hurts, but it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it for a while." Maybe it was because Gaethje stopped kicking it for a while, and then all of a sudden at the end, it's like it went back to like, okay, I can't hide this anymore. This really hurts. And then he had the weird thing on his face, which they didn't show a replay of what happened, like how he got that knot. All you heard was Joe Rogan saying, "Oh wow, he's got a weird swelling on his face," but you couldn't see it from the camera. It was on the other side, and then he turned around and it was like his teeth it must have been his teeth or something must have been fucked up.
it looked like it could have. His jaw was broken, right? It looked like his jaw was broken, but
yeah.
I read a report today that said it wasn't. You know, he wasn't. His jaw was not broken. He's gonna be fine, and he's just obviously gonna need some time.
Yeah.
Time that he would have needed anyway when you fight a fight like that. But then after Gaethje Alvarez, we get to the co-main event: Francis Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that? What the fuck,
That
man?
was nuts. Like, I'd never seen Ngannou fight before, and
That was like a Street Fighter.
yeah,
uppercut.
we were just sitting there, and I was like, God, like, oh, he's huge. Oh, you know what? And the first I was like, told Margo, Overeem's about the same size except for his head's like dinky, and then Laura's like, no, dude, the other guy's way bigger. And
He was way bigger.
They
He was
shifted
so
to
much
another
thicker
angle, and it was like, holy shit, that guy is huge, and he's so like ripped for that size. So that was, yeah, and then it was just, I mean, I don't even know how to describe that punch. I was just, I mean, it was one of the few times where they kept saying, Overeem's still down and his toes are still curled up and he's still stiff as a board, and it was like, dude, is he dying? Like it started to freak you out.
like Francis hit him so hard, dog. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I was like,
what the hell? I mean, bro, it was, you know what the problem was? It was like, you look at Alistair Overeem, right? And Alistair Overeem is a big guy, massive guy. But when he got in there with Ngannou, he looked kind of slim and skinny, and he never looked skinny compared to people.
But he always looks like Overeem's head always makes it you realize he's a certain size, and then everything except his head became a different size. Whereas Ngannou is like just
through and through
gigantic. But the punch was like, remember when Pico knocked the guy out the other day, where it was just like a really low left hand, but like Pico, 155er knocked the guy out. It's a fast little punch. Like, what happened? This one just seemed like, I mean, you've never seen a guy on his tippy toes leaning backwards with his head, like the back of his head touching like the middle of his back after getting punched. That was crazy.
Bro, I was saying that. I was like, man, I was telling that to Kane today. I was like, this dude, I was like, can you imagine how badly his neck is going to fucking hurt?
Oh my
because
God.
like, how often...
Dude,
how often have you seen somebody's head move that fast?
When he
like
swallows food, it's like his throat's got to have like a curve in it or something, or it's like a bent tube or
your
something.
Your neck, like it looked like you would imagine someone's head whips whenever they're in like a car accident.
Yeah, and then it slammed on the ground. Another one. So he's out. Then his head bounced off the mat, and then a guy who jumps on top of him and gives him like the Dan Henderson punch, and it was like,
I think like that happens now. I've gotten to ask that today, like why Francis hit him that last time, and I think that happens because, dude, your momentum is just rolling, right?
Yeah,
your momentum's going, So there's no just like turn it off, right? When you see a guy hurt, and for a big massive mug like that, man, that dude trying to. He's trying to hurt you, man, And he hit him with that uppercut, and Overeem fell, and his entire body was just shut off. He had all of his senses was gone.
Yeah. And then today he's like, hey guys, happy to report I'm fine, no damage, nothing different, just a tough fight. I'll go back to the gym. It's like, dude, there's got to be something wrong. What did so you were talking to Kane about it, like how do like guys in that division, I mean, was Kane just like, you're like, holy shit, did you see that fucking knockout? And Kane was like, yeah, I'll fight. Yeah, that wouldn't happen to me.
Kane's like, yeah, I didn't really watch it. I saw like the highlights on social media. And he's like, he fucking hits hard. He's fast.
Because he was supposed to.
He hits hard and he's strong.
They were going to potentially fight at some point, right? Before.
Well, that guy called him out, and Ngannou called him out a little bit, but never came to fruition. He's like, he's still just kind of saying like, there's still things that you have not seen yet. But he admits, he's hard, he hits hard, he's fast.
Yeah.
He goes, he looks strong as hell, so.
But guys, that's a weird mindset to me. Is like, because everyone there, you guys all see it as like, that guy's a fucking beast and he hits like a ton of bricks. That'll be a fun challenge. I'm gonna get in the gym and start training. Like, whereas
here's the thing.
Whereas the rest of us are like, thank fucking God that's never gonna happen to us.
So I love Francis Ngannou. I've always been a big advocate of his from the moment he started. My whole thing is this, though. When I think about Stipe Miocic, right? Stipe Miocic, he's fine. He's fine. He's like, okay, I get that there's some danger in this fight, but I feel like I can win this fight for a number of reasons. And the matchups, it's going to be tough, but I'm excited about it.
And he's going to make more pay-per-view.
Why do I know that?
Yeah,
because I was dealing with the same thing when Anthony Johnson was knocking everybody out.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, Anthony Johnson knocked out Glover Teixeira in 13 seconds, broke his tooth, all that. I thought, it'll be tough. He's he's tough. He hits hard. He's fast. But I need to go to building a game plan to actually beat that. And it doesn't scare you. It just makes you more committed to the goal. And it's very exciting for a competitor. So when I think about it, I think about Stipe Miocic. Man, Stipe is probably going, I'm excited for this challenge, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to it.
Francis is nasty, man.
I mean, I can relate to it. In the garage today, I was like, you know what, I could deal with that fucking 45-pound dumbbell right now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna deal with this 25er, but I'm not afraid of that 45er.
I thought you were saying you're gonna get a bigger bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bigger bob. But Miocic, I guess in theory, right? He's got to be happy in a way because that should generate a lot of interest in their next fight, and so his pay-per-view money should you always want to have a foe that's people want to tune in to see.
I think with that knockout like that, I think it excites people enough to know that people will tune in to watch Ngannou because it was everywhere, right? Sports and Fox Sports 1.
No, I mean it was one of the like biggest like holy shit moments that you can remember. I mean it was just. But then what was crazy was, and I don't know, like he gets on the mic. He gets on the mic afterwards, and he basically says, hey guys, fuck racism and fuck slavery, which you thought, oh, this is going to lead to a rousing ovation, and it was just crickets. And I was like, I turned to Valar and go, this is fucking, wait, how did nobody in the arena start clapping or cheering or going, yeah, we're with you? I felt so uncomfortable. I was like,
that's because he barely speaks English, right? So
no, but it was pretty obvious what he was saying, and literally you figured like he would get a big cheer, a rousing ovation. It was just like.
So we hear it through the TV, but inside the arena it's a little bit different.
Okay, so it was louder.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. But last year this dude didn't even speak any English, not a lick of English. So he's really taken to like trying to round his game out, not only in the fighting but also on the mic, because now he can actually hold conversation.
Yeah,
he couldn't even hold a conversation before, man.
No, he seemed likable. I just thought to myself, like, what is going? Like, how do you not cheer what he just said? Like, this doesn't seem like anything reason where anyone would just not be like, what a great use of your platform. Let's give him a hand. But instead, it was like, just Detroit silence. It was
Sometimes it just like translates different from TV to the actual arena.
Yeah,
but you never know. So he puts on this like life-changing performance. He immediately gets rewarded a title shot. How do you think a fight between him and Miocic goes?
By Joe Rogan too, which is the best part. Joe Rogan's like, no, absolutely, I am giving you. You are absolutely getting a title shot. I was like, wait, it should just always be like this. We'd have 14 guys getting a title shot every week.
Because Joe loves him, man. He still loves the game after all this time. The dude is still in love with MMA.
Yeah, he gets so excited. You can tell he's just genuinely excited at times. He's not like He's not going through the motions at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it changes so fast, right? You'll have a guy who looks like, because we didn't see that much. We just basically saw one. If he was in theory right before he threw the punch open to receive a punch, so it wasn't like he was like perfect. I mean, as hard as that is to say, so he's obviously hittable. But then again, if you hit him, it might not matter as long as he hits back. But that's what MMA is so great. You always see these guys that seem unbeatable, and then someone will come in with a slightly different game plan, and you'll realize, if you do that to him, he can't get comfortable, and this doesn't happen.